Pastor of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Atlanta is going viral again because he keeps a viral situation going on for an interesting idea on how to get black men who smoke weed interested in his church. Okay, I might be interested, Jamal Harrison Bryant. All right, so someone was asking me my thoughts about this, and here's my thoughts. The religious institutions, in my opinion, can be a lot like the conservative church, right? Like sometimes religious institutions are stuck on the only way a message can be put out is through the pulpit. So to hear a religious institution saying, let's get into the cannabis industry, I ain't gonna hold you now. I ain't gonna hold you. I was happy. I'm for it. I'm for it. I'm for it. Let me tell you why I'm for it. I'm for it maybe for different reasons than someone else. I'm for it because I'm from the generation that saw young females my age get pregnant in church because to teach about condoms versus abstinence was pushing sex. So church girls that grew up alongside me did not have an alternative, either get pregnant or don't have sex. There was never an alternative. There was such a strict line on how to live your life. It was either live the way we say live or really be damned to hell. I also have seen so many churchmen die from HIV that turn into AIDS because to buy a condom or to take PrEP would mean you would have to admit that you plan to sin, you plan to have sex with a man. There was no other alternatives. It was either do or die. And in a lot of cases, still, the church is a very do or die. Christian, not just the church, religious organizations are very do or die. Smoke weed, go to hell. All right, so you won't let me smoke weed. I cannot express myself outside of the prescribed box. And since I can't, I don't want nothing. I just don't want no Jesus. I don't want nothing. I'll go to the streets. So Jamal Harrison Bryant is saying, bet, since you're going to do it anyway, let me bring you to a safe place, a legal place. Why is my mom texting me? A legal place, and do it here. And my question is, what is the problem? I say capitalize, grow the weed, sell it, employ these young men like the ones that was slinging before. And I do know this as well. When you looked at the type of people Jesus gravitated to, they were not those from the religious institutions. They were not. And Jesus was certainly shunned for hanging around the tax collector, hanging around the whore. And he said, okay, those of you without the first sin, and he said, those of you without sin, cast the first stone, since you have a problem with it. And that's what I have to say to anyone that has a problem with Pastor Jamal Bryant getting his religious organization in the cannabis industry. Those of you without the first sin, cast the first stone. Now, Pastor Jamal, listen to me clearly, sir. Use the money for the community. Now, let me tell you something about Pastor Jamal Bryant. Even though he's a whore of whores, let me tell you something about him. New Birth Missionary Baptist Church stepped up in a way second to none during COVID time as relates to their food bank. I'm talking about they fed the tens of thousands of people a month. If you're going to be a Pastor Jamal Bryant and always have your name in the headlines, at least feed the people. And that's what he's doing. So I would like to think he's going to carry that same mantle into this industry if he's able to get into it. I say do it, but I say use the money, put it back into the community, and if you can do that, you will have my support, Pastor Jamal Bryant. Put the money back into the community and take the peen out the community, Pastor Jamal Bryant. We don't need no more community peen in the pulpit, Pastor Jamal Bryant. Anyway, that's my story.